It really reinforced to me how comparison is such a futile game. All that time that gets sucked up following other people's lives and what they are doing can be better spent on yourself and on things that matter. I'm done chasing external validation because it's a hole that can never be filled. So now that I've graduated, I've been spending a lot more time on YouTube, not just planning, scripting, and filming content, but also just reflecting on my overall YouTube journey over these past 1.5 to 2 years. And one thing that I came to notice is that the very lessons I've been sharing on this channel about listening to your inner compass, focusing on your own journey, a lot of these things I've not been applying to myself when I'm creating content for this channel. And so in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys how creating content for YouTube, which is really just another form of social media, has inculcated these two very harmful and destructive mindset habits that I'm working to fix. And even though I'm talking about this in the context of being a YouTube creator, I think this would apply for anyone watching who consumes content on any social media platform. First of all, social media as a comparison trap. I've noticed that I've really fallen into the trap of comparing my channel to other YouTubers, especially larger, more established YouTube channels. I spent so many hours poring over similar channels to mine, trying to analyze their growth trajectory, pick apart their editing style, understand what they did to blow up. Now when I watch YouTube, especially those videos from larger creators, I feel like I am so attuned to how much longer that I have to go before I can catch up to them. I'm so aware of the differences in production quality, in audio and lighting quality, in the amount of B-roll that they have in their videos, in the way that they script, and their presence in their videos is so obvious to me that I still have so much more room to improve. So the other day, I caught myself in another cycle of comparison and feeling not good enough, and then I stopped myself to actually think about what I was thinking. And so I pulled up one of these established YouTube channels that I really admire, and I scrolled all the way down to the bottom. And what I found was that these people have spent years, usually posting every single week, honing their craft, learning all the skills that they are now applying to their YouTube videos. And for so many of them, YouTube is now their full-time job. And so it hit me in that moment how dumb it was for me to compare myself to them. It was like comparing myself to a pilot complaining that I can't fly planes because it is simply not my profession, not because I cannot do it, but because I haven't spent the years and the time and effort to learn that skill. So all that time spent poring over someone else's channel, comparing myself to them, could have really been better spent just developing my skills of filmmaking, of editing. It really reinforced to me how comparison is such a futile game, because all that emotional and mental energy that goes into comparison and feeling bad about yourself can really be applied to actually bettering yourself and just developing the tools that will help you along your own journey. And comparison is exactly why I stopped using Instagram, or at least I don't scroll on Instagram anymore, because Instagram is really a comparison trap, and so is really many other forms of social media. All that time that gets sucked up following other people's lives and what they are doing can be better spent on yourself and on things that matter. The next negative mindset habit is focusing on external validation by chasing external metrics of success. As a YouTube creator, I've spent so much time on growth and numbers, trying to figure out my niche and watching YouTube videos that help me grow my channel and reading my analytics to try and figure out how I can improve my metrics even more. I mean, the entire YouTube Creator Studio was set up for you to compare your current performance to your past performance, because whenever you upload a new video, you can see how it ranks in comparison to your previous ones. And don't get me wrong, I know that understanding numbers and statistics is important to a certain extent, but I think it is bad when, as a creator, you become obsessed with finding the best keywords and tags and having the most clickable title and thumbnail, also that you can have the highest click-through rate as possible. I've come to see all these things as just forms of external validation, things that have been created, metrics that have been created to tell us how successful we are. And all this goes beyond just YouTube subscriber count and views, right? External metrics are also our grades, our income level, the school that we get into or the job that we get, the house that you live in, or on a bigger scale, GDP or the economic growth rate. These are all things that have been created to define what success looks like. And there is nothing wrong with having high grades or getting into a good school or reaching 1 million subscribers, right? But I think it's a problem when we start to pin our happiness on achieving these things.
I think it is also quite problematic to define success only on these metrics because there are other intangible qualifiers of success too. They are also very important for a happy life, like having good relationships, finding meaning and fulfillment in life, and having time for rest and play.
So are we striving towards these things because we genuinely want to achieve them, or because it's what we've been told our entire lives that these are the things that we should want to achieve?
Okay, so let me emphasize here that I understand many of these things, like getting a good job and good grades, are necessary to function and do well in the systems that we live in. Those who are able to escape the grind or take more unconventional paths are often those who have greater privilege and don't have to worry about things like feeding their family or meeting their basic needs. But what I am saying is that even though society may define success by these metrics and numbers, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you do what you have to do to survive, but also find ways to try and prioritize the things that you care about in your own ways too, and you understand are important for your happiness and fulfillment.
And I'm done. I'm done chasing external validation because it's a hole that can never be filled. I remember specifically for my YouTube channel, the first time I got 1,000 views, I was mind blown. 1,000 eyeballs on my work, that was crazy to me. And then another video got 10k, another got 20k, and now I have one video at 220k or something like that, and I still feel the same. When we reach one milestone, we usually don't stop craving more. That new milestone becomes our new normal. But I don't want to become someone who blindly chases success, or at least the way it is traditionally defined. I define success, at least here on YouTube, as being authentic, as being someone who doesn't compromise my voice and my creativity to chase the algorithm or to follow trends. I'd rather be someone who holds important questions to the forefront of the content that I'm creating, like what value am I adding to the people watching my videos? And so I've come to realize that being authentic means that I should stop scrapping my half-written scripts because I'm afraid that the video is not going to do well. It means that I should stop being afraid to make videos that I want to make, even if I think they won't be popular, like this one where I'm just talking to the camera, or more controversial videos like my genuine thoughts about the glamorization of certain elite schools or jobs. And for you, not chasing external validation might mean something different. It might mean taking a good hard look at your use of social media and asking yourself whether it is serving you or whether it is holding you back. It might mean asking yourself, are you applying to that job or that school because of the opinions of other people, or is there something that is genuinely driving you towards that opportunity? And if you're a creator in any form experiencing any of the dilemmas that I've been sharing in today's video, here are some quotes that I came across in 2 very great videos I'm going to put in the description below that really stuck with me and has helped me process a lot of my thoughts. If you let the external dictate the internal, it will kill your content and probably kill your soul at the same time. Not every piece of content is meant to go viral. Virality is not the key to long-term success. And finally, when you're creating content, are you trying to be seen or to be felt? So here's what I'm going to be working on. Finding my voice, figuring out what value I offer to you as a creator, experimenting with different video styles and titles and thumbnails and ideas. And finally, but maybe most importantly, to stop caring so much about what I'm supposed to be doing on this platform and to recognize smaller things like people will leave really long comments on my videos or even email me as indicators of success as well. And I hope that no matter whether you are a creator or consumer of content, or really just someone who stumbled across this video, that this video inspires you to think more deeply about the intentions behind the things that you do. And with that, I'm signing off and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.